Hey everybody, we're glad to be here with you. We're still at the Middle School Football Academy Summer Clinic. We have Coach Sam Schuler coming from West Virginia with us right now.
Did you cut? Did you introduce me? I got cut out.
It's all good, Coach. Yeah, man, we're just telling you that you're from the wonderful state of West Virginia.
Yep, it's a great place to be.
There you go, there you go. Well, I tell you what, Coach, I am excited about this presentation. I'm going to slide out of the way and let you talk about your string game.
All right. First, I want to say thank you, Coach, for including me in this. It's been great. So today we're going to be talking about screen game. Just a little background. Sam Schuler, Parkersburg South, Parkersburg, West Virginia. Last year we were the 2022 state runner-ups, and I think if I recall correctly, we had the highest scoring offense in West Virginia. So, and a big part of it is our screen game. So, why we run screens, inexpensive install, gets the defense spread out, gets the ball to our best athletes. And I played quarterback for 2 years in the system, and always early in the game, we want to get quarterbacks in a rhythm. So these are one of the first plays we go to, whether it's a smoke or a bubble, just something getting the quarterbacks in a rhythm. Once they see a couple completions go, they're ready to go. And we're our whole offense is built around getting one-on-one situations in space for our best athletes, and it makes the defense run when we're doing our quick screens, our fast screens, and then if we play super aggressive teams, we'll hit them with a slow screen to kind of counteract that. And then how we run them, we have it split up. We're pretty even with it. We got 3 fast screens with our smokes to our outside receivers, bubble to our slots, and then our flash screens. We'll send our running backs in motion, get them out in space, and then our slow screens. We have our middle screen, which we can run to any skill player, whether it's a slot, a wide out, running back. If we bring a H back in the game, we can run it to them. We got slip. We'll run slips to our outside receivers. I got clips for it. It's we first year last year running it, and it was good plays for us. And then we also have our swings with our running backs. Quarterback just takes a 3-step. Right, running back goes out on a flare, dump it off. Then we have shots built off of all our screens. We call it peekaboo. So if we call a fast screen and tag peekaboo, the outside receiver's running his normal route, and then whoever's blocking is going up for a deep ball. And then how we like to build with it is we'll do formation into the boundary. We'll go 3-by-1 into the boundary. Sometimes we'll go 4-by-1. We'll overload 5-by-1, 4-by-1, and then we'll also motion to see if we're doing running back screens. We'll do a lot with we'll run a motion early on, see if they have flow going with it. If a middle linebacker's going, but if they don't have anyone motion, we'll call it again with the screen tagged on, and get them busy out there. And then our whole offense, we are built off of tempo. Everything we do is fast. We lift fast, we practice fast, and we play fast. So if we get a big gain, we have a whole series built in. We call it Indy. So that means we're getting up to the ball as fast as possible. We have plays built in. We'll go 1, 2, 3, or 4, or we even get to 5. If say 3 is a smoke screen, we're calling Indy 3, 3, 3. Our quarterback knows it's a smoke screen out to the boundary, and I mean it's first sound. And you'll see in our film a couple times where we're snapping the ball before the chains are even set. Like that. That's our identity is tempo. And then our goals, 3 to 4 yards, move the chains, and we really want to treat it like a downhill run. This year, last year, we had our X receiver was like 225 pounds, so we were always trying to get him the ball whenever there were smaller corners. Our tackles and guards are getting out there. Our slots are getting out there on smoke screens, just trying to get some pancakes in space. And then once our skill guy gets the ball, it's foot in the ground, getting vertical, nasty and physical. And then also we want to win one-on-one situations. I heard the coach earlier say if running back can't beat middle linebacker one-on-one, got to switch them out. That's kind of our thinking also. Like if you can't win a one-on-one situation in space, probably not going to be on the field because a open field tackle, one of the hardest plays in football. If you can't win that, then not going to be great for you on the field. And then we got some stats from last year. I want to point out our completion percentage. I think we had 2, 3, 4, 5 total incompletions based off of our main screen series. And then right here, scored a good amount, and our averages were almost over 10 yards per average on every single screen we have. Our explosives, how we determine that if it's 15 yards or more. So, we're gaining a lot of yards, good percentage based off of it. And we're also getting big chunks of yards pretty consistently with this. And then the way we teach it, I've never seen it done before. Our head coach, Coach Tanner, played at Concord. He's had success everywhere he's went. He started at South in 2019 when I was a junior. And this was one of the first things he implemented was screen drill. And it's great because it's a lot of reps, really easy install, and every single player knows that when we call screen drill, it's full speed. Everyone's getting reps, and it's how we start our practices. So we teach it. Quarterbacks are getting quick grip and rip throws. Our blockers are getting out in space, working on getting to their aiming point, which is I'll go over it, but it's 1 yard in front of the guy catching the ball. And then our wide receivers and all our skill guys are getting touches. Okay, when our guys are in screen drill, they're getting more catches than most indie times would happen. So they're getting a lot of touches and working on 1 foot in the ground, upfield, and downhill mentality. And our centers are getting a lot of good snaps. Okay, they're snapping and setting, snapping and cutting. So it's just a really good drill to really start our practice off and get us into our tempo. So this is how we set it up. We split the field in half. We go center, guard, tackle to the right. We'll throw in our H-back, and then we'll go a slot, split in, quarterback, running back. And then we do the same thing to each side. And for all of our quick screens, all the blocking is the same. So if we call our smoke screens 92s to the right, 93s to the left. So we'll have, quarterback, go, set, go. And then our tackle, guard, H, and 2 are all getting to 1 yard in front of the 1 yard in front of the guy catching the ball. So we'll get probably 3 or 4 quick reps out of that. Kids are rotating. And the reason I love this drill is we're getting reps on both sides. Okay. Instead of going a full team, we're getting reps to the right and left while going quick. So we run all of our screens out of this. We'll go our smoke. Then after we hit the smoke a couple times, we'll hit our bubble. Then we'll hit our flash screens to our running back. Both sides are getting it. And then we will hit our middle, our slips, and then our swing routes all out of just this. And right now we're just in helmets. We restarted our period with just helmets. But if when we put on pads, we don't do it every single day. But if we're thinking our kids need to get a little more physical, we'll throw in some defenders. And I mean, they know the play's coming. So it's if our offense isn't blocking, we know they're not giving good effort. So we'll throw in some defenders here, and that really helps our skill guys with getting downfield, getting vertical, and helps with our blockers working on blocking in space. So have some clips here that'll go over it. So right here, these are our smoke screens. In this first play, you can see off the get how fast we're going. Okay, we probably just had a big yardage play. Anytime we get 5 to 7 yards, we try to go tempo. So you can see chains are still walking down. This is a time we went formation to the boundary. We're in base, took our running back, put him up as a wing, and we're just ripping smoke screen out to the boundary. You can see.
Hey, Coach.
Yes.
I think
Oh,
you might need, yeah, need to share your
gotta
screen
show the
again.
back. My fault.
There you go. You got it.
All right. So as I said, Changer's still getting down, hit a big play, bumped our running back up into a wing, and you can see this defender here, he's out of place. He's still trying to get over. This guy's over looking for a call, and we're ready to go. Rip it out, smoke screen. Okay, just physical downhill, about a 7-yard gain. Then let me see what I'm at. Ooh, okay. Let's just go with the screen presentation. Here's another one. 3-by-1, same game. Once again, this guy's out of place, trying to get over. And when we call these, we'll look for space early. Okay, so if this corner is giving us 3 yards and there's no overhang, he's kind of out of the box. He's kind of in between, but we like our numbers right here. We look for numbers when we're calling this. Okay, so we call it screen, just, physical, downhill. 67 gets a pancake. He's just pulling defenders. He played X last year, 225 pounds. He's going to play quarterback this year. So it's looking good for the offense. Here we call a bubble. Okay, we're 2-by-2. Got a lot of space right here. And Turner, that's the X, great blocker. So we love calling screens to his side. We sometimes we'll go yellow tempo, which is we just call a cadence, look over, get a call, see the space, quick, rip it out. Makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss. That's a 25, 30-yard gain right there. And I think you can see it down here. One of our signalers, he's immediately calling Indy tempo. Okay, our center's already there. We're going to get up there quick, and we're just going as fast as we can. Here's our middle screen. So we're throwing them running back in motion, trying to get their eyes over there. Quick guy with the ball now. Youngstown State, great receiver, won the Moss Award in West Virginia, which is best receiver in the state. So we're backed up. I think it's like 3rd and 30. We're like, well, let's just get it to the guy that we trust the most. Got good blocking on the outside here. Okay. Running back goes up, sets a good block, gets the edge. I believe that ended up in a first down. So that's a good 3rd and 30 call, is just a middle screen to your best athlete. Here we have, I believe, a slip. A little far. So once again, we're backed up, 2nd and forever. We were terrible with penalties last year. Just got it. We, as coaches, we have to do better with discipline. But we're backed up super far. So we call West slip, which is to the running back. Okay. Running back's a Virginia Tech wrestling commit. Just another, that's about a 20-yard pickup. Gives us third and manageable now. Here's another one. We're 4-by-1 to the boundary. Okay. So 1st and 10 to the boundary. Usually when we go to the boundary, I would like this receiver to be a little further out just to take this guy out of the play. But nonetheless, we have numbers over there. Call a quick screen. Got our numbers, got our blocking downfield. Once again, 10-yard pickup. Gets vertical. Here's when we use motion. Okay, a lot of teams will cross key us. They'll key up our running back and quarterback, so we bounce them to the other side. A lot of space, okay? If I was game planning against us and I knew this kid was going to go to Youngstown, I'd probably put a guy in front of him, but they chose not to. So we got it out quick to him. Okay, gets the outside, good blocking. Right there, 50-yard gain. So then this is when we'll run slip to our outside receivers. Okay, our Z, really good vertical threat. Catches a lot of deep balls, great jump ball. So he sells vertical, gets back, and gets his blockers in front of him. Good little 7-yard gain right there. And this play. We'll just see what it is. Oh, okay. So yeah, we run our bubbles. We call it green to the right, gold to the left. If we tag missile when we're in trips, that's how our middle guy knows that he's the one getting the ball. So, we get in trips, see this space right here. We got this guy blocked up, this guy blocked up. He's just got to beat him, and he's got 3 blockers coming. So we get it to our guy in space, makes a guy miss, blocking downfield, gets a lead blocker. Another big gain just off of a 7-yard completion to our guy. Here's another slip. Okay, we see a lot of space. We could have ran a smoke screen, but I think we saw this guy was bailing out super hard. So we run our slip, get him back, kick out block pretty much. Get by the guy. I think he ended up down at the 3-yard line. With another easy completion, no, not super expensive to install. Big gain out of that. So let's get to our crosstown rivals. We went 2x2. Our best player on the team, send him in motion, get him in motion, throw our bubble out to him, blocking on the perimeter. I mean, just it was a little deep in the backfield when he caught it. We don't want him being pretty much lined up with the quarterback. We'd rather him be up here, but off the motion, good block here. Gets him outside, gives him a lane. I mean, he's off to the races. Just a great play right there. Here's another one. This is our we're 3x1 into the boundary. Corner's about 5 yards off. So we take what we see. I think this is to get a first down. We're probably second or third and 1. Give it to our biggest receiver. Tell him go get busy. Gets the sideline. Ooh, takes a good hit, but gets a first down. And then right here again, I'm not sure why the corner is 10 yards off and inside the numbers, but we see all this space. Put our running back in a wing. Just a easy completion right here. Get upfield. I will say our running back right here, he turns to block this D end. If he would get out in front, because there's very little chance the D end can make this play. So I would like him to get in front. Good block there. If our running back's up here, this could have turned into a touchdown. But nonetheless, 20, 25, 30-yard pickup. Here we go again. See the space again. Rip it out. Running back does a little better job right there. Just another pickup. This is our middle screen to our H-back. So we're our backups are in, trying to get this senior the ball. So we go with a motion. He comes down. O-lineman, they kind of get there, don't have anyone to block. They kind of look around. They just need to be going to second, third level, just trying to put someone on their butt. But when we run our middle screens, our tackles, they're just washing this guy out. They're both tackles are washing out. Our 3 interior linemen, they're kick stepping for 1, getting to the second level. And then from there, it's just letting the skill guy make a play. If our secondary guys would have got down the field a little bit more, might have been a better pickup. And then here's another middle screen. So we'll condense our sets if we want our outside receivers to get the middle screen. Usually when we run a middle, we'll go with a quick motion with the running back. Quarterback will give a pump right there, right up the middle. If he would have stayed vertical, it would have been better. Still ended up being it was 2nd and 20, ended up being 3rd and 9 right there. So this was We also have a throwback. We don't really install it until the end of the year. Sorry. So our throwback, he sells vertical, comes back, and then it's the same blocking for the tackle and guards. But the running or the quarterback will take 2 steps, like we're running sprint out, and then turn around and whip it back. So we go motion over, gets a one-on-one situation there, comes back, gets 2 blockers in front, gets a good pickup out of that one. And then just another, I think it's the first play we showed, but just formation to the boundary off tempo. Really good plays for us. And then I have another one out of 5 by 0 right here. This was in 2019. 2019, we made it to the state semis. So we're 5 wide to the side. I believe we call east. So if we put our running back up in a out wide as a receiver, we just keep it the same. If we call east or west, running back knows it's coming to them. Everyone else knows they're blocking. So the team we were playing, they were in a bear front. They'd lock everyone up. So we just decided to put our guys in space right there. Makes one guy miss, gets vertical. Running back gets a good 7-8 yard pickup. And then believe that might be all the clips I have. I can look for a couple more. I think I'll show you guys the peekaboo. I think when I did the stats, we may not have completed one. This is from 2021. So we went west. Not a great play. Also not a great play. Here's a good one. Okay. So this is, we went 92 peekaboo. So 92 tells our outside receiver he's running 92. So he's just taking his smoke screen steps. Peekaboo also tells the line just a kick step. This guy's coming out like he's going to block for 92, ends up going on a wheel. So we send a motion late, takes it out, gives our guy a shot, ends up scoring a touchdown. Yeah, we don't run peekaboo a ton, primarily because we don't rep it a lot. But if we are looking for a shot, we'll take a shot with peekaboo. But I think that's all the clips I have. With that, I'm not sure if there's any questions for the screens and everything, but I will put up my contact. My Twitter is at Schuler Sam. That's my phone number. If anyone wants to talk screen game, and then I know Coach Jones before was talking about implementing tempo. I can share how we run our tempo and how we practice it to get to that speed. But if that's all I got. So.
Hey, well, Coach, I tell you, I thank you because first of all, that screen drill, I'm definitely taking that.
Yes, it's great.
That looks like absolute gold. Um, as you're rotating the players through, and I guess give us an idea. Are you guys kind of one platoon or two platoon?
What was it?
All right, about how many players do you think you actually have like all in your program?
So we have about 65 to 70. And when we go screen drill, we will split up our varsity and JV. So that kind of splits it up into about 30 each. And then it's just a ton of reps after that.
And I love that because especially because you said you do that at the very beginning of practice, right?
Yes, we will do that. So how our practice is formatted, we will lift and we have to drive to our field. instead of just doing a full on stretch after that, we just hop into screen drill. And
I like that.
when we play games, we'll do our dynamic stretch, and then we hop straight into screen drill. It just gets a lot of completions early on, gets our kids a good feeling with the ball, quarterbacks in a rhythm early, gets our linemen moving, and then we kind of have a counterpart for defense. We just call it pursuit drill. It's kind of the same tempo and speed as screen drill. So whenever we go defensive days, we'll run our pursuit drill.
And since you mentioned your tempo a couple of times, could be, I mean, because we still have some time. Would you would you be able to share with us anything about how you practice tempo?
Yeah, let me look on Huddle and see if we have it in a playbook. If not, I'll just go over it. Um,
Yes, I think there are a lot of offenses who are trying to go a little bit faster, kind of really stress the defense.
yeah,
But of course, it's one thing to say you want to be tempo, but you got to
yeah.
practice it. Like everything
So
has to be.
when we us coaches, we talk like tempo. You can't just say you're going to do it. It has to be an identity. So when we're in the weight room, we've got 70 kids in there, and we set a time, 45 minutes. And I know we had a lift back in July during our 3 week period. We had 65 dudes in there, and we got 8 movements done in 45 minutes. Like we are built for tempo, and that when we get to practice, it's all tempo, quick transition. Um, but how we run our indie, we start with 2 plays. We just get in base 10 personnel, 2 by 2. And our first play will be our best run play. So this year it's going to be outside zone. Um, and in the past, we've done bubbles to each side. So off of, and we call it indie tempo, and we have each play as a number. So our first play will be our outside zone. We just call it 1. So we go indie 1. Everyone knows what's going on. Quarterback gets up there, looks to the quarter. Coach Tanner's calling it. If he gives, if he just gives like a smoke right, that he just knows he's throwing the screen to the right. If he gives smoke left, smoke to the left. If not, he claps. Quarterback's just on go, hands it off. That's play 1, and then we keep on adding. Our play 2 is almost always we have a rub concept, and if we call it Indy 2, quarterback gets up there, and if the ball's on the left hash, he'll call it to the right. He's always calling it to the field, so everyone knows that's what it's called. That's the play, and quarterback says whether it's to the right or left, and it's just on go. And then further we get before the game, we'll keep on adding plays. 3 is usually a jet sweep. 4, 5, just whatever our best plays are, we add those on.
And I might have missed it with that one. I know you say you always run it to the field. Does the formation change?
No, so we're always in 2 by 2, 10 personnel when we're running Indy, and if it's all our play calls are 80, 90. That's sprint out to the right or left, and then rub. So if we call 80 rub, it's going to the right. So when we call 2, that everyone knows it's rub. Quarterback tells the protection, and then we're just going. And then this year we're adding turbo, which is going to be a 4 by 1. We're going to go quad bunch to the left, uh, split in. Our guy, our Z this year is going to be a great jump ball catcher. He's the one that was running the slip plays. So we're gonna call it turbo, and it's going to have 3 plays built off of it. Quarterback's going to be a good runner. It's just going to be outside zone to the right. Going to have a bubble to the left, and if we like our matchup with the one-on-one, we'll just run it there.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Okay. Well, Coach Sam, I really appreciate you spending some time with us today. Everyone who's watching, make sure that you follow him on Twitter, get that phone number. That way you can talk with him a little bit more about screen and tempo. But until next time, folks, we'll see y'all. Thank you again.
All right, thank you, Coach.